Hey everybody. Hey. This is so great. Amanda totally pulled this together. Amanda's awesome. Amanda's awesome. And then we had a venue switch at the last minute, so thank you to Angels and Kings. Yay! Thank you to Damien for reading with us. This is great.
Yay.
So I'm going to take you back to the summer, away from the rain, away from the cold, back to August, take you to upstate New York here. We're in Lockport, New York, about 40 miles outside of Buffalo, the starting point of the Erie Canal, and it's the middle of the night. What was that? I startle awake, sit up, knock my head on the tent pole, remember I'm in the tent, wriggle free of the sleeping bag, fumble open the zipper, and lurch like an inchworm out of my narrow cocoon. I stand on a deserted hill, dark and starless, the warm air briny from the canal. I peer into the trees, looking for the source of the sound that woke me, an abrupt snort, like an old man clearing his sinuses. Half asleep I thought it was my dad, but he's not here, performing morning ablutions in the deep of night, 40 miles outside Buffalo. Yet something is out there, or someone. I sense it. To hell with fear. I crouch beside a fat, silvery oak for a vigorous piss, fueled by fresh air and rife adrenaline, carefully aiming downhill. A sharp snort breaks the fragile peace, back in the trees. I freeze like the proverbial deer, yank up my sweats. I will just go back to the tent, and whatever it is can go about its business. I step, and just like all those old bad Indian stories, I snap a twig. The presence in the trees tenses. Suddenly, 1, 2 stomps ring out. They reverberate in my feet like an earthquake. I imagine a fairy tale giant or modern faceless man. I'm going to become a headline. I won't even live to witness my 15 minutes of fame. I drop to all fours and crawl noiselessly back to the tent, not risking even the zipper's whisper, to the delight of a dozen opportunistic mosquitoes. Eventually I nod off. I wake briefly at the pink light of dawn, relieved, then fall into a placeless, dreamless sleep. How does a town die? Does it just go to sleep one night and never wake up? Or is it murdered, a shock to the temple? Can a town be taken hostage, held for ransom, fall in love with its captors? Western New York is like a sad old man, skinny and bird-like, puffing out his chest. I used to be somebody. First the canal came through, carving up primeval forest, blasting away the cliffs of escarpment, boomtown sprouting up like bounty. Then the trains came rumbling through, a station in each stray hamlet. Picture a woman chasing a streetcar, her skirts whipping. Dapper flapper couples gab under a blazing marquee, a theater with seats of maroon velour. Industry like a benevolent father, scattering incalculable gifts, common as autumn leaves. Saturdays and evenings, everyone goes downtown, browses among the crowds. One-handed page flip action here. The way they tell it in Schenectady, all this disappeared in the 70s, when General Electric took the bulk of its business to farther shores and surer profits. Daddy's got a new girlfriend now. And what does she do, the one who's left behind, her neighborhoods of beautiful, empty castles? Does she wait for rescue? Someday my prince might come back. It's a wistful list of old boyfriends all down the river. Alco, Beechnut, Bethlehem Steel. Ani DeFranco sings, Trico plant moved to Mexico. Left my uncle sitting out in the cold, said, here's your last paycheck, have fun growing old. How does a town die? More importantly, how does a town survive? How does it reinvent itself? How does it remember its potential, infinite and specific as each individual? Strings of suburbs and strip malls, boarded up storefronts. These days, much of Western New York is a marquee gone dark. Woo!